Hey guys, I've got a pretty interesting build video for you today. It's not a Hunter or a Titan one just yet, maybe in the next one, but another interesting Warlock build. The primary benefits of this build is the ability to get your super up first almost every single match, and getting at least 3 supers or even 4 per match. The only downside is that the particular super that I'm speaking of is Chaos Reach, as it kind of works off of a certain exotic that I will get to in a little bit. But yes, Chaos Reach in the Stormcaller Warlock subclass is the super where you just project a giant beam of death. It is the middle tree in the Warlock subclass, and it comes with a bunch of other interesting perks as well. One of which is turning your melee ability into a ranged AoE attack, which can be used to kill enemies at a distance or even around corners. With the middle tree, when you defeat an enemy in the Crucible, there's a chance that they will drop an Ionic Spark, which will trace the ground towards you, and if you pick it up, it will refresh all of your abilities and decrease the cooldowns on everything from your grenade, melee, and class ability to even granting you a little bit of super energy, with the final perk in the mid tree giving you a speed boost as well as your allies whenever you are critically wounded, which in my experience is quite noticeable. It's like getting a huge boost to your handling as a character. So alone, the mid tree and the Stormcaller subclass is pretty good. I would argue that the super itself is more tailored for PvE, but it does have its uses in PvP, and is surprisingly useful and devastating on modes like Control and Iron Banner, as well as generally straight, long sightlines. Now, the two things that are really going to make this build pop is a focus on intelligence to the point where you have either 80 or 90 or 100 intelligence, and the exotic leg armor Geomag stabilizers for the Warlock. The armor perk on this is quite fascinating, so listen up. When Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off, and damaging enemies with Chaos Reach extends its duration. And extending its duration basically means that if you are able to keep your beam on an enemy the full duration of the attack, its duration is essentially doubled. But the most interesting part is that when your super energy bar is around 7/8, all you have to do is start sprinting and the rest of the bar will fill up almost instantaneously. That is a big chunk of your bar that is going to fill up by itself multiple times in a match. And combined with the dropped ionic traces from enemies giving you more super energy, and the inherently low cooldown of your super energy as it is, means that you have an average game of 15 to 20 kills, you will most definitely get your super first compared to anybody in the game, and you'll at least get 3 supers in a match, if not more. So to complement the rest of the build, I like to use the Last Word hand cannon as my primary and a sniper rifle as my secondary. If I'm not using that, I'll use something like the Jade Rabbit or the Randy's Throwing Knife scout rifle in my primary slot, and then likely a shotgun or the Recluse or another powerful close range weapon in the energy slot. And of course, as for heavy, anything that you have that is meta can be useful. Grenade launcher or a large machine gun. As for the rest of your armor, I would recommend armor pieces that have a minimum of 7 energy or 8 if you can stand it, and then for every single armor piece you're going to want to use an intellect mod. And then depending on your weapon loadout, if you're running a shotgun, if you have mods that increase the amount of shotgun ammo you get from dropped players in the Crucible, that is always super useful. Or likewise with sniper rifles, anything of that sort, anything that reduces flinching with those types of energy weapons. And then for your class item slot, there are a couple of different mods for different energy types that will increase your super energy gain on kill with a particular weapon. So a shotgun or a sniper rifle to name a few. Shotgun if it's arc, sniper rifle if it's void. Likewise, on top of the intellect mod, if you have 9 energy, you can always use another mod that will reduce your super energy cooldown when you use your class ability, with the alternative being a mod that reduces your ability cooldowns when using your class ability. However, I don't feel that that is truly needed because of the ionic traces that you get from downed enemies that replenish a surprising amount of all of your ability energies. So even if you have really low discipline and really low strength and want to put the rest of your points in like mobility or resilience or intellect, then that's fine too. So that pretty much covers it for this ultimate Warlock Stormcaller build. If you watched all the way up until now, I appreciate it. You're awesome. I'll run a little bit more gameplay for you to enjoy. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe before you go. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time with possibly a new build on a different class. I'm thinking Hunter, so I'll see you then. Castoli, over and out.
Super to get charged up.
3 lives left. Enemy team has no reserves left. Finish them. One enemy left.